Rachel found it difficult to bear children. And when she was with a child, the first child, oh, she was so happy. And when the child was born, he was called Joseph. And Rachel made a vow to God, God, Joseph should not be the last of my children, but I'm looking forward to many more. So Benjamin was actually a fulfillment of vision, the dream of the ladder going up to heaven. With the birth of Benjamin, though great happiness comes to Jacob, great sorrow also follows. For when Benjamin is born, his mother dies. And his mother actually chooses a name for the 12th son of Jacob. She calls him Benoni. Benoni means son of sorrow. And to Rachel, this was exactly what she experienced. Even though Joseph was born, she spent her life in sorrow until the birth of Joseph, and yet not having children later. And even at birth, probably the struggle was too great that when the midwife gave the child, talking to Rachel, all she could say that his name is Benoni, a child of sorrow. Jacob couldn't accept this. He didn't want his son to be remembered by a name which reminds him of a loss of his loved one. And so he gives him a new name, Benjamin. Now, the name Benjamin actually means son of my right hand. And now, the right hand, it doesn't mean that, oh, Jacob liked his right hand more than his left. Rather, right hand was a symbol of prosperity, a protection, abundant life. What Jacob was saying, whenever I call my child Benjamin, I want to be reminded of my good, abundant life, of good things, prosperity, which comes to me, which has come to my family. He did not want to be kept in sorrow by the loss of his dear wife. And such was the beginnings of Benjamin. And as I mentioned before, we don't find him speaking or participating in any of the conversation. When the brothers were supposed to go back to Egypt, you don't have Benjamin telling his father, no, father, I don't want to go. He doesn't have the say. Joseph asking for the brothers to bring the little brother who was not with them. Jacob initially refuses, for Benjamin was almost the life of Jacob. Benjamin didn't have a say, and even when he came to Egypt, he didn't really have a say in matters. But what do we see is, when the interaction with Joseph is there, when the experience of Egypt is over, when they go back, Benjamin has received a lot of favor compared to the other brothers. Not only does he receive in his bag the silver cup, but rather when they come back, it's through Benjamin that Joseph gives a feast. And Joseph makes sure that Benjamin gets 5 times more food. And when the brothers are leaving to go back to their father, Benjamin gets 5 times more clothes, 300 shekels of silver. Benjamin was favored by Joseph, favored by his father. You may say that probably because he was the last child, he received all the favor. But when you look at the blessings which Jacob gives before he dies, come with me to Genesis chapter 49, verse 27. You wouldn't expect someone who had received so much love, so much compassion, who was almost the eye of his father Jacob after the loss of Joseph. You find a strange blessing given by Jacob over this son of his. Genesis chapter 49, verse 27. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, in the morning devouring the prey, and at evening dividing the spoils. Though we do not see this blessing fulfill in his own life, but the descendants of Benjamin really fulfill the blessing. A ravenous wolf. Ravenous is it demonstrates someone who is extremely hungry, having been on a fast for so many days, hungry. As a wolf, let me tell you something about wolves. Okay, wolves, among the animals, they are very clever. Wolves are complex animals, and they are capable of even going far distances, about 20 kilometers in a day, if needed, to look for prey. Wolves love to protect their family. Wolves even are willing to die while protecting their family. Wolves are known for their great endurance to go far distances. And if there's a need, they can even track their prey for nights and days. These wolves do not give up. And the children of Benjamin were of sort. They never would give up. Let's look at some of the stories where you find children of Benjamin. And by the way, you might have heard of the saying, the lone wolf. When a wolf is alone, without a pack, it begins to cry out, for it knows and it requires another wolf. They want to be in company, for a wolf recognizes its significance is not found in itself, but something greater than itself, that is the pack. You find in 1 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 2. This is talking about how ravenous these descendants of Benjamin were. 1 Chronicles 12, verse 2 talks about how skilled they were. They were armed with bows. They could shoot arrows and slings with both hands. Both the left and the right, very skilled at that. You find that from the tribe of Benjamin, but 3,000 of them came and joined David, and they were among the mighty men of David. Skilled men. Judges 20 verse 6 records of their accuracy. They could hit something so accurate with a stone and a sling, even not missing a hair. Such was their accuracy. When you look at 1 Chronicles chapter 8 verse 40, the children of Ulam, they are recorded as brave warriors of Israel. The children of the tribe of Benjamin. And you have Ehud. Ehud, you can find the story in Judges chapter 3, where Ehud, who was a left-handed person, develops a ploy to go and assassinate the king of Moab, Eglon. He takes a dagger, puts it on his right side. For a right-handed person would have their sword or dagger on their left side. He goes into the king and single-handedly